the question really to start this whole conversation is, why is it that we can't just be our genuine selves all the time in every situation that we're in?
Do you know? Do you know? I mean, so what you're referring to is that. So let me get this straight, right? Mm-hmm. What you're saying is that we showcase different personalities based on the environment and the situations that we're in.
Right. Thus, we are disingenuous.
I wouldn't call it disingenuous.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't go as far as calling it that.
What do you call it?
Do you know what
some people say it's disingenuous. That's why I said that. But
not at all.
Because when I've talked about it in the past, they're like, well, you're just not being your, authentic self. You're being disingenuous.
Well, what is your authentic self?
I feel like the authentic self is not the same as being genuine.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think the authentic self is living for your purpose, living by and doing and behaving and reacting by the things that you believe in and that you stand for.
But that's not really what the self is.
Okay, so what is the self?
So a human being is complex. I mean, a life is complex as it is. And an individual, a person is very complex too, right? So do you know where the idea of a persona comes from?
Carl Jung.
No. Actually, Carl Jung talks about it. Good guess,
right?
It's a really good guess. Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring him up in a moment, right?
All right.
But the idea of a persona, masks, that's what it is.
That is.
It's a mask that actors used to wear during Greek drama, right? So the Greek tragedy actors wore different types of masks to symbolize different types of characteristics.
Okay.
Right? Joseph Campbell in The Power of Myth has an episode called The Mask of Eternity, right? And he talks about the different in Eastern philosophy, they look at God as more elemental than a human being. What I mean by that is that God wears different masks, and those masks symbolize powers of nature, right? Okay. Like those natural impulses, right? Of conquering, destroying, love, all that stuff, all different masks, right? Carl Jung took all that evidence and he created, the totality of what the self is, right? And what he means is that a human being has many different aspects. There's positive things, the drive for aspirations, to be able to want things, to be able to set goals, be an objective, what we symbolize as the Christ, right?
Right.
From a symbolic, metaphorical point of view, Christ symbolizes the top, Christ, Buddha, Muhammad. They symbolize the ultimate potential of a human being, the good characteristics, right? On the other side, you have Satan, the day of the devil. That is the other aspect, right? Those are the two polarities. But what those two polarities symbolize is the polarities that happen inside of us. So when you say that you cannot be your authentic self, is because deep down inside, we recognize our potential for those two polarities.
For good and evil?
Oh, yeah. See, the thing, everybody thinks that evil is the other or outside of them. Or outside of them. Evil is out there. No, it's not.
It's within.
It is. It is within. It is. You tell me, think of the worst person in history.
There's been a few.
Yeah, just think of one.
Hitler.
Right.
Hitler.
What was he?
What was he?
Yeah.
A Nazi?
Yeah, but he was a human.
Human. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mussolini.
Sorry. Yeah.
Human. Stalin.
They were all human. Okay.
Bin Laden. Human.
Right.
What about some of our United States Army or goes out and bombs individuals and kills people? That's a human thing. So when we think about evil and bad and the things that really destroy, we're constantly thinking of something that is outside of ourselves, but it's not. So
then you're saying what you're alluding to is that we humans have the potential to destroy.
I'll give you an example. I have a temper. Yes.
Really?
Oh yeah. It doesn't manifest very often.
No, but when it does, it's
a scary thing.
It's pretty yucky. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I'll have to attest to that. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I know when I need to be like, all right, I think I need to stop.
Yeah, you need that's when you say, oh, okay, I pushed enough.
All right. Yep. I'll see you later.
Right? But you if you fail to recognize that, right? That's when problems happen. So when you say, why can't I be my authentic self? Because your authentic self is complex.
Right. So there really is so it's just so complex you can't be authentic?
I wouldn't say that you can't be authentic.
Because I think you can be authentic.
But again, it's like, what is that? What is this idea of authenticity? Human experience is human experience, right?
Well, authenticity is like, when you're able to admit, I have a temper. And it's bad when it's bad. When I'm angry, it's not good. Stay away from me, right? That's being authentic.
Yeah, but again, so being authentic means to recognize that polarity inside of you.
Right.
Right? And then be able to manage it within yourself. That's what authenticity means. Because if you don't manage that, you have to understand
then
that,
you can
right?
destroy somebody.
Well, you could destroy somebody. So the objective is not to say, like I'm always cautious of the person that says that they're constant that I'm such a great person. I'm a really good person. I worried more about that person than the person that we're watching The Sopranos lately, right? I'm more worried about that person that says that they're always good than Tony Soprano. I could understand Tony. I know that he's a selfish bastard and he's going to do whatever. Narcissist. And I know that he's going to do whatever it takes, right, to get what he wants.
Right.
Doesn't matter who it is. No. Family,
takes his own
who
family
cares?
Out. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm worried about that other person because Tony is Tony and that's a manifestation of the darkness, right?
And he doesn't hide that.
Right. This person thinks that they're good and constantly benevolent.
So is it better to say more? Is it better to be of the perspective or the mind frame of I strive to be good? But there are these things that are within me that are dark. There are things that I do. Like I always say to people when I'm having a conversation, I'll say, I know I'm being judgmental. I know it. And I know it's terrible to do this, but this is how I'm feeling about this right now.
And it doesn't mean that you're right.
No, it does. No. Yeah. Because sometimes talking this shit out makes you understand that, you know what, that's wrong. It's selfish. And I admit that. People that I've had deep conversations with, like at work and outside of work, I've been able to say, I know it's not right. I don't want to be this way. I don't want to be that person. Yeah. But this is how I'm feeling. And that is being authentic, so to speak, or true to myself, because I know that it's not okay to do that, but this is how I'm feeling. So
the reason why we wear those masks, right, and we can't be authentic 100% all the time is because there are situations and places, there are society structures that are set and predetermined for us to act or behave in a certain type of way. Right? For our collective benefit, but also a lot of the times what ends up happening is that those structures, those things, begin to suppress the good that come out of achieving a balance between those two forces, because the society structures are so powerful that they dictate the way that we should behave, right? So people feel,
you mean like church and like religion, like going to church.
So like, let's say for instance, like I'll give you an example, right? I don't like, personally, I'll do it because I have to, because I've had to do it to like my job. But I don't like going to fundraising events. Okay. I don't really like it. I feel like I'm pandering and I don't feel comfortable in that bourgeoisie atmosphere. Not to say that it's wrong. Right. But I don't like it. Right. I just don't, I feel too confined, you know?
Well, if it doesn't come from within you to do that, then you're being inauthentic or disingenuous. Yeah. Like you're not doing it because of you. It's coming from you.
I understand that I had to do it. It was part of my job and it's part of like what I had to do. But did I like it?
Right.
No, I didn't like it. You know, so am I being disingenuous? I had to wear a mask at that time.
I got you.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because I was doing a function of of my job. Right? And I had to be there. I had to be able to conversate with people about, you know, what I was doing and things, you know, and this and that and the other. But I had to wear that mask at that particular moment.
Right.
So am I being disingenuous? Right?
Yeah.
If I am reprimanding an employee, right, or redirecting an employee, I'm gonna say redirecting an employee or letting go of a person, there's certain things that I cannot say or do.
Gotcha.
Both from legal structure, but also, do I want to impede this person's growth, or do I want this person to grow, but it just it can't be here?
Yeah.
Right. So I have to wear that mask, you know, of to be able to mitigate the situation, right? But sometimes those masks become overbearing and they become over imposing. So the idea is to understand that to be authentic, right? And why we can't be our true selves all the time, you first have to understand who you truly are with all the polarities and stuff. And then you have to understand that there's certain things that you could do, you know, depending upon the situation, right? Like at home, I wear shorts and that's it. I can't do that outside. Not because I don't have a great, beautiful body, or, you know, not because of that, but because we have norms. You know, norms are important to follow in situations, right?
Right.
And because again, it's like a society without structure is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.